There was an old astronaut who swallowed the moon by Lucille Colandro, illustrated by Jared Lee. Welcome to Storytime with Miss Suzanne. Let's start a reading adventure together.
There was an old astronaut who swallowed the moon by Lucille Colandro and illustrated by Jared Lee. And what do we say when a rocket ship blasts off? That's right, we say 3, 2, 1, blast off! Rocket ships seem like a lot of fun. Let's find out what the old astronaut swallowed along with the moon. Because she didn't just swallow one thing. Let's start our reading adventure, my friends. There was an old astronaut who swallowed the moon. I don't know why she swallowed the moon, but it happened at noon, at lunchtime. The moon is Earth's closest neighbor, but it is still really, 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 really far away. It is the brightest object in the night sky because one part of it faces the sun, and that reflects the sun's light. The moon also goes around the Earth. It takes about 27 days for it to go all the way around, which is almost a month. And as the moon travels around, it looks like it's changing shape. Sometimes it's like this, and then it gets smaller, 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 smaller. But it isn't changing shape. As it moves, the sun lights up the part of the moon that's facing it. And that's why you only see so many parts and it changes. So the sun just isn't lighting up as much of it. And those are actually called phases of the moon. Isn't that awesome? Phases, not faces, phases. Is the moon really out during the day? Of course, the moon never goes away. What? It should be out there right now? You should pause and go have a look, or go have a look after we're done. The moon is always out. I wonder if you'll be able to see it today. There's a good question. There was an old astronaut who swallowed a star. It was bizarre to swallow that star. And the star is a huge round ball of very hot gas. It's about 50 times hotter than boiling water, and we know boiling water hurts us. Stars don't really twinkle, but when the light from a star enters our atmosphere, that's the air that's around our Earth, the wind and the temperature affect how we see the brightness and the position or the location of the star in the sky. That's why it looks like it's twinkling. So the stars that you see at night are only a very little bit of the more than billions of stars that exist in the whole universe. So we get this much. It's like one piece of a puzzle, and it's like a huge 1,000-piece puzzle. There's a lot of stars in our universe. She swallowed the star to shoot for the moon. I don't know why she swallowed the moon, but it happened at noon, lunchtime. There's that moon. Would you swallow a moon? I don't think I would swallow a moon. I wonder if it tastes like cheese. Maybe. How does the moon stay in the sky? Gravity's force keeps it up high. So gravity keeps the moon up, but guess what gravity does for us? It keeps us down. If we didn't have gravity on Earth, we'd just be floating all around. Do. But gravity keeps our feet on the ground, and it keeps the moon in the sky. It does the opposite. That's actually really cool. Really cool fact. There was an old astronaut who swallowed a planet. Oh, it's a colorful planet. It tasted like granite. Ew, a rock? When she swallowed that planet. And planets are natural objects that orbit around stars. Our solar system has 8 planets. We have, which way are you guys looking at me? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So these planets orbit around a star, and that star is the sun. Mercury has no moon because of its low gravity. Venus is the hottest planet. Mars is the only planet that has polar ice caps, so ice. Everywhere else doesn't have ice. Jupiter has 79 moons. That's a lot of moon. And 4 of them were discovered by Galileo a long time ago. Saturn has rings of ice surrounding it, but Neptune is actually the coldest planet. And it takes Neptune about 165 years to orbit the sun. That's a long time. We don't even live till we're 165 years. 1 year on Uranus equals 3,687 Earth days. Wonder how old we would be if we were born and then we lived for 3,687 years. That might be a good question to ask Mommy and Daddy, see if they can figure it out. Let's find out what happened to that planet. She swallowed the planet to orbit the star. So that's going to go around the star. And she swallowed the star to shoot for the moon. And like we say, right? Oh, look, there's a little alien there. We don't know why she swallowed the moon, but it happened at noon, lunchtime. The star closest to Earth is our sun. And remember, that's the biggest star. And our solar system only has one. There's lots of moons around, but only one sun. Interesting. There was an old astronaut who swallowed a comet. Whoa, it's coming right for her. She lined her up good. There's a kitty cat in that rocket ship. I don't know if I'd take my kitty cat to outer space. Might be a little scared. Comets are balls of ice and dust that are very rare and orbit in very distant parts of space. When they orbit close, so when they are coming closer to the sun, the heat from the sun creates streams of gas that we see as a tail. One of the most famous comets is Halley's Comet, which returns to Earth about every 75 years. You'll have to wait to see it in 2061. I wonder how old you're going to be. Oh, look, there's some more math for Mom and Dad. How old are you going to be in 2061? Just like an omelet, she swallowed that comet. I wonder if it tasted like an omelet. Do you think? Maybe. She swallowed the comet to light up the sky. Nice. She swallowed the star, twinkle, twinkle, to shoot for the moon. That's right. I don't know why she swallowed the moon, but it happened at noon, lunchtime. Why does the comet leave a bright trail? Heat from the sun creates a tail. That's right, the heat, because it's a ball of ice and dust. There was an old astronaut who swallowed a meteoroid. She really enjoyed that meteoroid. There she is, it's upside down. You'd think that would taste like granite. A meteoroid is a piece of rock, metal, or ice flying in space, just floating around, flying around. A meteoroid that burns up as it passes through Earth's atmosphere, so when it comes down to us, is known as a meteor. Oh, we changed the name a little. We commonly called meteors shooting stars. Oh. Meteors are bits of rocks and ice that are ejected from the comet as they move in their orbits around the sun. Because remember, the sun is melting them, so that chunk of ice, little bits are falling off. When hundreds of meteors speed across the night sky at the same time, we call it a meteor shower. When a piece of meteoroid lands on Earth, it is called a meteorite. Oh, these are tongue twisters. My friends, oh my. She swallowed the meteor to fly with the comet. She swallowed the comet to light up the planet. She swallowed the planet to orbit the star. She swallowed the star to shoot for the moon. And I don't know why she swallowed the moon, but it happened at noon, and noon is lunchtime. I hope you have a good lunch today. That meteoroid made a loud sound. It's a meteorite when it hits the ground, remember? A meteoroid is in space, a meteor when it's in our atmosphere, and a meteorite when it hits the ground. That is such a tongue twister. Man, oh man, can you say those 5 times fast? I don't think I could. There was an old astronaut who swallowed a rocket. It was next on the docket. A powerful rocket. Oh, look, it's coming up into space and she's ready to eat it. I don't know how she's going to manage that. Rockets are vehicles that launch or move spacecraft into orbit. Rockets travel at least 25,000 miles per hour to reach the moon and planets. And the fastest we go is about 100. No, we don't go 100 miles per hour. We go kilometers, so that's even more different. Ooh, there's so much math in this book. The rocket engine burns fuel that turns into gas. As the gas leaves the back of the rocket, the power moves the rocket forward. Think about letting the air out of a balloon. As the air escapes, the balloon moves in the opposite direction. So if you have a balloon at home, blow it up. And then when you let it go, it goes. And that's just like a rocket because it's expelling the gas and the gas is moving it forward. That's actually pretty cool. I always thought it was just the fire at the back. She swallowed the rocket to catch the meteoroid. Ha, ha, you almost got me. She swallowed the meteoroid to fly with the comet. She swallowed the comet to light up the planet. She swallowed the planet to orbit the star. She swallowed the star to, do you remember? Do you remember what she did? I don't remember what she did. Because that's right, she swallowed the planet to orbit. And then she swallowed the star to shoot for the moon. That's right, is shooting for the moon. And I don't know why she swallowed the moon, but it happened at noon, lunchtime. I wonder what we're going to have for lunch today. How long is a trip to outer space? Depends on the rocket's size, power, and pace. Pace means how fast it's going. Interesting. There's a rocket taking off. Do you see all the gas that's pushing down against the Earth and it's propelling it forward? Don't forget to try the balloon experiment. There was an old astronaut who swallowed a satellite. It went down just right, that bright satellite. Look at that, just, oh my goodness. Is that a lobster that I see? I see lots of things floating in space. Glad she has a walkie-talkie in case she needs help. A satellite is any object that orbits another bigger object. There are natural ones and man-made ones. Earth orbits the sun, so we are a natural satellite. Oh, look at that. The moon is a natural satellite because it orbits the Earth. But man-made satellites are launched into space to complete certain jobs. So that guy has a job. Weather satellites help us understand the climate, so what's happening outside, and also predict weather changes so they can tell us if it's going to rain. Global positioning systems, or GPS, help you with directions, so on your phone or in your car. And we use satellites in our everyday life. Wow, that's pretty cool. There was an old astronaut who wanted to fly and spent all her time looking up high. I wonder what she sees when she looks up high. What do you see when you look up high? I see clouds and blue sky, and I don't see the moon from where I'm sitting, but I'll have to go look for it later. At the planetarium's brightly lit sky. She's at a planetarium. What? Did you know that we have something like that at the Natural History Museum in Halifax? Yes, we do. You'll have to go check it out. My kids love it. You get to see all kinds of things. There's so much to learn about stars. The stars, moon, and sun. And when you go there, maybe you'll learn some more. And that is our book. There was an old astronaut who swallowed the moon. That was a great book, my friends. I really enjoy all the things that the old lady gets up to. But she's not an old lady this time. She's an old astronaut. And you know what? If you want to be a astronaut someday, you might want to look up some more things that are in the sky. I really don't think you'll find a lobster floating in space, but you never know. I'm not an astronaut, so I couldn't tell you. But I want to thank you, my friends, for joining me today. Please make sure to subscribe so that you'll get my next video. And if you have any requests, please send me an email. Bye, my friends. Have a great day.